Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you couldn't lip read all of that. Yeah, it's Sunday. And yes, I know it's not Tuesday, but I just thought, well, I'm going to be here sewing this afternoon, so I thought we might do it together. Just thought that might be nice. Let me just find you. You're going to be here somewhere. Ah, there you are. Good afternoon, everybody. I planned to get this sewing done before we went live. It's not in there. That's not the box that I brought home today, sweetheart. There's another basket somewhere. Maybe it's still in the car.
Okay.
I was going to do this at 2 o'clock, and I don't actually know what happened to the extra hour. It's gone. Actually, I can tell you what happened to some of it. The gorgeous Andrea, is it Milne Hall or Horn? It's the gorgeous Andrea that won our Viewers' Choice Challenge in our last Australian Textile Exhibition. Poor girl, she couldn't come and get her prize. She hasn't been able to come and get it. But there was something going on today with inherited furniture, and the delivery guy, or the removalist, or whatever you want to call him, literally had to come straight past our door. So I did nick into work and bundle up her beautiful sewing machine. She has promised us a prize photo when she's got it all set up. So excuse me, that'll be good. But first of all, I must do my dues and say good afternoon. Yvonne and Jane and Vel and Ruth and I have been chatting today a bit. Hello Jill, hello Christine, and hello Michelle. Rowena's here as well. Hello Barb, TNT, 3 magic letters for you. Melissa, also, poor Melissa thinks I've been ignoring her. I have not, but I can tell Melissa what happened was when we spoke about I've just realised I've got no lippy on, girls. I'm so sorry about that. I'm not going to put it on. It's a Sunday, right? Melissa was interested in something that started with B, and so was another Melissa. So when I went to work and the girl said Melissa's not interested anymore, that's what happened. So my wrong Melissa. So I have to apologise profusely to Melissa, and I'll give her a call to... Oh, you are doing EPP. Oh, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. Hello, Maureen and Cecily. Lorraine's here as well. So this is what I suspected, right? We're all sitting at home. It's Sunday, and we're all over press releases, and unless... I'm not very good at spectator sport unless I'm there. So I'll watch a bit of the Olympics, but not the whole thing. Just not the whole thing. And unless there's an Aussie involved, I'm not interested. So I thought, well, I'm going to be sewing. So I thought we could kind of do it together. I don't think Rob can find the basket I'm talking about. It was in the back of the car. All I wanted was the other foot for the 570. Because, Fiona, why would you not be awake? And I went in and finished your... all your stuff off, so you'll hear from me soon. I just wanted the other foot for the 570. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Now, I don't remember which camera I set up. Oh, look, there you are. So, I was just looking for the open... Oh, no.
One's got 570 on it.
Which one's got 570? Like yeah. I've bought the wrong box then. Pass me that one, sorry. No, the miscellaneous one. Let me just see what's in this one.
They were both in the office.
No, there's a basket in the back of the car.
No, there's not.
Where have I taken the basket? Or that will do. That will do. That will do. There we go. So I just wanted to sew these up. Now, so I don't know what you're doing this afternoon. What are you all doing? Are you all, are you working on stuff that you bought from us last week? Hello Carol, and hello Anne, and hello Gwen, and hello Sue. Is it freezing cold down your way? Nope. It's got a handle.
No.
Or it's a tub. It's a plastic tub. Oh, poor man. Hello, Sue, but things are freezing down your end of the world. Hello, Maggie. Hello, Robin. Sharon Keys, good afternoon all to you too. Hey, Jenny. What's up? What's going on? Let me change this. So, what I'm doing is I'm just remaking, I'm remaking our pointed Dresden. Rob, you can stop. Stop looking. I'm over it. I've found something I can use. Remaking the pointed Dresden because this is our new aqua, as you know, and this one is on the way out. So that means that I have to make a new sample of our pointed Dresden for our charm packs. And the charm packs, the ones that have got this in are still on special from last week, but I updated it to say live 7. So I have to be really good today because of a lot of people that watch us, including you, on Tuesdays and on Thursdays may not notice that we're on today, and I don't want anyone getting really grumpy and thinking they've missed something. So anything I do today or I'll talk about today, we'll go over again on Tuesday. And there were some little things that we were working on last week that I said I'd touch on and finish off next Tuesday. I'm not going to do them today because that's just fraught with danger. But this week, Cass did this, so I put this week is week 7 of using this live code. I can't believe it already. 7, like that. So Rob has put some things up under live 7 already for this week, so they're there, but they'll still be there on Tuesday. So if you need to go off and watch, I don't know what's on the Olympics this afternoon. If you need to go off and watch, you can, and you won't miss out on anything. Good afternoon, Kathy. Who else is in the building? Oh, you're on night shift, Fiona. Ah, there you go. You do it hard that on night shift, don't you? Hello, Marg. Hey, look, it's lovely. I'm glad you could all pop in. I'm glad you could all pop in and say hi. Do you want me to actually do some sewing? That would be good, wouldn't it? I'll just show you. So this is, which we've had for a long time, but I need to make a new sample of our pointed Dresden because, as you know, we sell ours wholesale to other shops as well. So I have to have the pre-cuts and everything looking super. So that's our Dresden block template. I said to Rob, don't stray far, and I'll just let me just try. Robbie, see, he's gone. He's gone. He nicked off. He's coming. He's coming. Hey Rob, can you please put that under live 7? Just so that, no, we can't have it. Designer block pack Dresden plate. Star blade plate. Just put live 7 on it. So that's the template. And so what you do is you just chop them all out. So you get these little wedges and then you fold them in half. But the cool thing is they're really, really quick to do because you get these strips. Actually, I'll show you these ones. So see those, you can see that's on an angle. So you trim your strips down to the height. I gave you a bit extra to the height of that, and then you just cut them all out. And then I'm just telling you this because I have to, this is my homework for the afternoon. Then you fold them in half and just pin them. And then I think I did these probably at my first ever patchwork class. Fiona, your aged care. So sometimes it should be an Olympic event. Yeah, I can imagine that. From when I just did my little stint in hospital recently, I know that the girls working the night shift on my ward were absolutely run off their feet. And what foot have I got on? A D. I've got the D on. I think I've got the D on. Let me just put this up. There we go. Particularly from Mrs. Chandler in bed 2 in the corner, demanding icy poles every 20 minutes. I don't know, I think I was a bit high maintenance, maybe not compared to some other people on the ward, but yeah. But they were good icy poles, best ones I've ever had. Okay, let me just sew one of these because I want to show you. Oh goody, we've got the securing stitch on. Didn't plan that, but I'm really glad it is. Oh, and we've got the automatic cutter on. See, I'll be honest, I haven't used this baby for a couple of weeks. Okay. So this, this is where I start making promises, isn't it? This has to be done by Tuesday, so I'll show you the finished one on Tuesday. You just open out that little seam. So this, the angle on my template, just like that, gives you a big pointed Dresden ring. I don't know that I've got a pointy thing with me. I'm still getting used to this being in the other room thing. Using scissors, big no-no. So that's how you get your point. So you're not turning it under or folding it, it's just a seam and it folds back like a kite. I'll just do the other end because this one is for my Dresden. It's got points on the inside and on the outside. Yes, Melissa. Oh, who have I missed? I've got to go back. Hang on, I've got to go back. Hello, Christine and Nan. Nan, parcel went out to you. Hello, Bev. Melissa, it is a thimble, lady thimble, and I don't even know if hi Jenny, if she's still around. I don't know. Someone else might know, but it is a thimble, lady thimble, and it's just, oh my goodness, it'd be like this foot was not the best for doing this. You know, it's one of those do as I say, not as I do things, because I'm a Bernina dealer. It should just do what I want it to do, not what it says in the brochure. Did you know with these machines, you can actually tell it what you want it to do when you do your securing stitch? That's what I love. I love it all the time. So this one was set to go up and down a few times. I'm just going to change that so that when I push the cutting, it will just cut. The foot will come up. There you go. Yeah, thimble, lady thimble. So it's a bit like, for me, I can't live without one, and I got so scared of losing it at one stage. I went back and got another one, and I got the last one that, I have to be careful I don't make a rude signal out of you, don't I? It was the last one. There are a lot of other thimbles on the market in this design now, and the lovely thing about them is your finger breathes. They're very comfortable, and of course if you do end up with lovely long nails, you don't have to chop them off to fit in your thimble. Ta-da! That's it. So I've got another 19 of these to do, but I've got another idea that I wanted to try this afternoon with them, so I thought I'd just do that while you're here. But they're really quick to do. So I've got them all, they're all pinned, ready. So now instead of the lilac, we're going to do this one. I think there's, what did I do last week? I marked them down, didn't I? So the last ones that have got the lilac colour in are on special. I think there's about 5 left. If you wanted one. Jeanette says, I do day shift full on, but an honour to look after them. So there's a few of you doing it all. Kathy, was she around last year? Really? But did she have, I don't know if she would have had these ones. I know she's got ones now that fit here so that you don't get arthritic joints in your fingers. You keep your fingers straight and you work like that. I should get one of those as well. But anyway, I've got 2, and then one night, sitting up really late, for goodness knows what's reason, probably a child with croup or something, I was watching Alex Anderson on her first original show that she used to have, and she's a lefty like me, and she was quilting, hang on, I've got to do it up close for you so you can see what I mean. She was quilting this way and then getting her thumb and going that way and literally back and forth, and I just thought that was amazing. So back and bought a thumb one. So I've got a thumb one as well. And I did do a fair bit of hand quilting with it to start with, but just time gets in the way, doesn't it? Yeah. You're all very, very good. And I must say, I'm very impressed. A lot of you are very, very busy. And you know what? While we're here, I said we wouldn't do what we did on Thursday. But I reckon we can get away with one thing. Do you remember how I got thread caught in Christine's 720 on Thursday? And I walked away. And we were doing our little tissue boxes and our little purses. I'll leave the square one to do Tuesday, but let's do this one because I've got the differential feed on because I've got the 570 here. So the 570 is here because I'm supposed to be promoting it, and that kind of on Tuesday, so it's come home early. This one's my demo model, and the reason I'm selling it is because there are, well, two things. There are no more 570s in the country till September. So I'm going to sell this one, and then I also have a brand new one in a box that we're going to do as a combo deal with the machine embroidery module demo. So I don't know if anyone needs a new sewing machine, they need to watch on Tuesday because this one is going to be on special. I do love this one. This is the one we call the Audrey Hepburn. Of the Baninas. Alright, so if you didn't watch Thursday and you're going, what on earth is she doing? Felicity from St. Helens in Tassie made all these beautiful little coin purses or coasters for everyone that was coming to our retreat last year, which didn't happen, of course. And so we sold them all for charity, and we decided we'd do a little demo to show everyone how they're done. Someone just, I don't know, seen one done with half X's. Yeah, you can, Jeanette. You can do them in lots of different ways. And in fact, as advertised, if that is the term, I'm working on one for a Quilters Life Girls to pop up as well. In fact, straight after this today, I'm filming stuff for a Quilters Life for the applique sampler. At the moment, I don't have to worry about Miss Ginny because Rob's here. If Rob's here, she just doesn't want a part of being with us girls, which I take great offence to. But, oh, that's what I forgot. That is what I forgot to pick up at the IGA, was the little box of tissues to put inside. Never mind. I'll get one before Thursday. Tuesday. Okay, so this has got, what did we do? Does everyone remember what we did? We did 4 by 6. So it's a you need 3 4x6 pieces. One's for the back. You can do an extra one to make it look nice on the inside if you want. And then we did 4-inch squares, 4-inch squares for the short sides, and these were 6x4, all pleated, folded in half, and just pinwheeled around the top. So when I do this, we should be good. Hello, Lynette. Oh, Helen's here as well. Christine's here. If you're all here, that means there's nothing happening much on the Olympics at the moment, right? Is that true? I did do a little bit of a girly, because I walked in and Rob was watching the cycling and I was like, we've just done the Tour de France, and of course I don't watch the Tour de France for the cycling. I didn't bring a pointy stick. I watch it for the chateaus, and I sit there with my iPad and Google all the beautiful properties. And some of them I add to my bucket list. And you know, it's all good. Rosemary, you're home. Does that mean, so Rosemary, if you're home, did you have to quarantine or not? I'm confused. Oh, the basketball's tonight. Thank you, Sharon. That is good to know. There you go. So I'll touch on this again Tuesday, but look, see, that's going to be our little container to put our little travel packs of tissues in, and then this is the square one that Felicity did. So these are nice as coasters, but I think I said the other day I really like the idea of doing this size. So this is 5 4-inch squares. I'll put, listen, Quilters Life girls, these are really straightforward, but I shall stick them up on Quilters Life Club for you. I do like the idea of putting these in an advent calendar, because then you could sneak little things inside. A Sharon Keys for you and I, that will be Lindt chocolate, flat tablet, chocky things. Rosemary, is it really, really cold? Snowing on the Brindabellas. Really? Wow. Okay. Well, I'm glad we did that. So see these, we're going to make more of these, and we're going to do them, lots and lots of them for Christmas presents, I think. I think they'd be super. Super. Or even make, see, this is Liberty, so you can even make a nice little Liberty hanky to put inside. I'll just put that aside. Now, did you see my cheeky little note I put about Liberty? So, with the look on Emma's face when the box arrived with the Liberty in it was nothing short of priceless. And she said, "Who are you and what's happened?" And it is, as I mentioned the other day, I want to put on this new fab website. Steve's working on it at the moment. I keep going and clicking on the refresh button so I can see how it's looking. I want to put a lot more things on, and I want to diversify a little bit if you like, but give you alternatives for fabrics for some of the patterns that I do. So if I do paper piecing, it can't always all be with my fabrics. Well, but it can't. You know, some things suit other themed fabrics better. So the Liberty cottons, I mean, I love Liberty Lawn, don't get me wrong, but at that price, and it is a lot thinner, so some of the things I want to use it for, it's not suitable. So, so the Liberties that are coming through, which we now have great access to locally, and a distributor who keeps them in stock all the time. So with that, I have the confidence to stock them, because after stocking mine for so long, I don't like running out of other people's things either. So I've got control over mine, kind of. Let me just move this baby out of the way. Pop it down there. So with that comes the opportunity then to have a lot of fun and play around between a different technique and two sets of fabric that could not be more different than some of my fabrics and the Liberty fabrics. So this is what I was going to do this afternoon, and I just thought, why would I do this on my own if I can do a bit of a show and tell and show them to you as well. So these, I've gone a little bit, I've gone a little bit conservative to start, and I have mentioned we're going to get some CAFE in as well, and when I start off, it's going to be ever so cautiously. I could have bought everything in the Liberty suitcase the other day. Hello Donna from the UK, you're up, welcome. I think you've beaten Natasha, she might not even know that we're here today. Wow, that's good to see you in sunny, summery, hot UK from what I understand. Yeah, so I decided, and Donna's from the Home of Liberty, of course. So I've gone conservative and I've stuck with colours that I love to start and that I can visualise what I'm going to do with them. And Steve's putting all these up on the new site. Now, the sad thing about Liberty, even though we are going for, I'll just bring the bibs and bobs across, even though we are going for the cotton, not the lawn, they're still a little bit precious when it comes to price. So these on the new website are going to be $29.50, and that's what I have to make them because that's what they are expensive. But I did this little pack up just to be cheeky for today. And this little pack has got 4 fat 8, so it's kind of like buying, I don't know, it's like buying the recipe magazine at the checkout at the supermarket. It's kind of a little bit of an impulse buy, but hopefully you would have a good use for them. So what I've done is I've made them the equivalent of 26 a metre just on the old website in this pre-cut pack. So this pack's got 4 fat 8s for $13. So that works out. But when the new one comes up, they'll all be, Steve's putting them up at $29.50 on the new website. So they are really gorgeous, and it is so hard to choose which ones, and I went for what I wanted to work with, which was sort of giving us pretty much the same colour story. You can't really see them that way, can you? I'll go back here. Same colour story, but with different values, different density, a little bit of extra colour added in. These are under Live 7. Rob put them up literally just before we started. So they are there, and that's all they will go up as. If you, now, he asked me a devil's advocate question. What was it? Oh, yes. If you ordered 2 lots, I would cut it as 1 piece, so you would get 25 centimetres. And then if you ordered 3 bits, then yeah, so I just ramp it up. But see, aren't they yummy? They're really nice. So then, oh no, do you want to see the other ones first? Hang on. Wait, there's another set. So this one, I had to come up with a name. I called it Claret. Meg, yeah, no. Anything under 20, yeah, you don't cope with, I know. But it gets pretty cold where you are. And it gets pretty hot as well. It gets really hot where you are. Freezing. This old house that we're renting, it holds no secrets. And when I say that, I mean secrets can easily escape. It's drafty. Oh, look at that one. So this one underneath, I had to come up with a name for the pack just for today. And I called it Claret. Not that I'm thinking about what I might drink with dinner tonight. And this one I had to call this Blueberry. So see, this is hard for me. This is really hard. This is me having to learn to be eclectic. So you've got the same colour theme going on, but all of the prints have a different style to them. So this is stylized, botanical, semi-stylized, and then full-on botanical. So they're all really, really different. So anyway, that is the 2 that I've invested in so far. Oh no, there is a bit. Okay, there's a bit more at work. There is a little bit more. Oh, and this, I bought 1 solid blue to go with these. Look at that. That is one of those classic Liberty prints. So it's just tonal, and I really like the idea of putting these on this. So I did get Rob to put that up at 26, but again, Steve's putting it up at $29.50. We managed to get this in a dusky pink as well. That's going to tide us over for another coordinate to go with Melba until I've done my new pink one. So, yeah, they're pretty good. I'm hiding a multiple of Sims under here today with the scarf. Okay, so these are the ones I want to work with, and these are, and this is where it gets tricky, these are the templates I want to play with. Now, Melissa's been playing with Epiplex templates today, and we had a bit of a giggle about that earlier. So these are these really cool plastic ones that I like, and I had Danny do these for me, especially to use with this fabric and then to do some fussy cutting with my Summer Palace fan fabric. So what these ones are, and it's so hard for you to see, I know, I want to make a quick one up. But these are going to give you a 5-point star. So, give me that, give me that, give me that. See that? Oh, can you see it? Rob's just come in and gone, the Liberty's 26? Really? Yes, the Liberty is 26 on this site, but the new site it's 29.50. He's going, he must be watching up the other end because he's going, no, the new site, no, it's 29.50. I know. Okay, so these are going to give us 5-point stars. I hope you can. No, you can't. Can you just see it? No, you can't. I'll have to make one for you. That's all right. We'll do it now. And then I also got teeny weeny ones. So my concept was that we would be able to do two things. We can layer them up together, so the small one over the big one, or we can just use them all together side by side, kind of like a scattered applique rather than it being really structured. That was the theory, okay? That was the theory. So I've got to choose. Now the other thing you're going to have to think about. Oh, these are, sorry, I've put these in little packs as well. Steve's demanding, and quite rightly so, and Cass will agree, to do these clear ones to make them look nice on the new website for us to show you what they're for or how they'll work. Is I need to do the cute little pack of what they look like and then have some stars made up next to it so you go, oh, okay. Today I've literally just thrown them onto a piece of black fabric or red fabric and thrown them up in a really rough photo because I knew I'd be talking to you and you would kind of get it, and then it will look all very professional, hopefully, on the new one. That shot. Okay, so I've turned this one over to the back. Now, what I was going to say, you've got two options. You can either decide you're going to fussy cut, so you're going to lay it over exactly the same part of the design. I think that is, while I would usually say that that's really wasteful, if you plan this really well, there will be bits in between that you can come back and use for the small ones, I think. But you've just got to keep that in mind as you go. I think, whoa. See, this is called doing it on the fly, isn't it? So if I do them in this colour and then do the small ones, yeah, let's do that. Okay, over to the back. Now, what I will do is choose a spot that's really easy for me to see on the back. So I can start at the base of all of those little tree trunks that are in the black. That'll be really easy to see if I'm fussy cutting. If it wasn't, get the Sharpie out. I think I mentioned it the other day, and just like I could mark a couple of the bits of fruit here with a dot, and then it would be easy for me to just put a little couple of dots on, and then each time I would be able to align those dots with the same part of the pattern. But I'm going to pop it on the tree trunk. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you all leaving me messages? Because if you are, I'm not looking. I have to take Kira horse riding. See you later. You're just action-packed, Rosemary. It's all happening. Good afternoon, Juliana. If I missed you before, I'm very, very sorry. I am not going to call Robert. I'm going to do it in this pen, and I'm going to be very careful that it won't show through. It's a fine pink one. Otherwise, when I get to the next one, I'll have to get him. We'll have to do that Robbie up the hallway thing again. Oh, he heard me. Hi, Rob. Of course, if you're listening, you're listening up the other end, so you know.
You want a pen?
I'd love a pencil, please. There's a big tray of pencils on my on my desk. We don't have that was really a silly moment, wasn't it? Don't have to yell if he's listening. 1, 2, 3. Meg, we've still got to talk garlic. I need to talk garlic. I want to plant garlic. So much to do.
And that's hiding as well.
Who's hiding?
That's there.
Is Natasha there? Is she now? Uh-huh. Natasha, we have spent a good part of the weekend packing off your kits to send to the UK. Okay, there's 5. Alright, so you all know the scoop, don't you? You don't need to worry about having a perfect 1/4 inch seam unless you are completely OCD. Why? Because the plastic is going to give you the shape. I am going to, because we're using the plastic templates today, I am going to glue them. Yeah, see, it's quite surprising. There's just not that much waste in between these. That was a bit delusional. There we go. There's one. Oh yeah, that's going to look good. Let me get these cut out. Give me a bit of patience. I hope you're all sitting there sewing or you're cooking at the same time. If you are watching and you haven't been on A Quilter's Life yet today, just a reminder, I put up a recipe for you this morning and I'll be back in later on today. And for those that are in A Quilter's Life, that's our little online club. We had a couple more girls sign up yesterday at quilterslife.podia.com. So I posted for the first time confessions on A Quilter's Life today. Usually I send it all through to Cass and she pops it up for me, but I thought it was a bit unfair to ask her to do it on a Sunday morning. Lockdown or no lockdown, there are limits. So I finally did it myself, but then it gets a bit lengthy because I've been left with a computer and I'm very fortunate I can still type fast, so I think it turned into an essay rather than a club post. But if you did have a look this morning, everyone's kitchens will be smelling very nice today or tomorrow. Is that it? That's the 5? Okay, let's have a look and see. Here we go. 1. I know, no, it was not. I thought it was a bit optimistic. I've got 1 to go. There it is. Ooh. Don't you just love it? You can never ever get sick of the old fussy cut. It was domestically productive yesterday, but it wasn't me. Rob made... Oh, I've got to remember he's listening to me up the other end of the house. Rob made banana bread with the mushy bananas, and he also made the very, very impressive bacon and cheese rolls. And yeah, really helping out there with my healthy quilter concept. But they were really, really good, and they were just like the ones you get in the bakery. Look, can you look at that? I'm actually, that's good. Is that good? I'm happy with that. All right, let's do the small ones. And then we can make a couple up of each. Move these up. So there's nothing super amazing at all about 5-pointed stars or Dresdens or anything. It is just about how you interpret them and how you use them. And I just thought that these... I asked for 1 pencil. Look at that. He's bought the whole tub. Yes, that's right. You can never have too many pencils. I'm very excited. I'm designing tomorrow. I'm starting to allocate time for designing. It was going to be today, but too many distractions, so tomorrow it is. A lot of loud music. Merle, you're sewing. Robert Chandler, get off. Get off, get off. Okay, he made pikelets as well. He needs to tell you, though, everybody, he bought himself a Swish Thermomix, and that's why it's all go. Mel, you're sewing. Are you doing your... Oh, you're doing your Oriental Baltimore. That is fantastic. I'm really, really pleased to hear that. Fabric doesn't go off, Mel, so you can just, you know, it's fine. Oh, there'll be no judgment here at all. What are we going to do, folks? We do little ones. I've got little ones here. I'm going to pop in there, and he's going to have 2 little flowers. I will tell you, I learned a lot. Hey, Flick, you here? I learned a lot about Liberty Fabrics. Last year? Must be the year before now. I would ask Andrea, but she'll be off. She'll have her new machine any second now, delivered to her house. I thought because the designs were small, that the repetition in the fabric print would also be small. And I did my paper doily club, my big Pentagon doily. I bought all this fabric from Bella Fabrics. So if you haven't heard of Bella Fabrics, they're in Canterbury, and Jeannie has a beautiful shop, and she does a lot of the Liberty lawns. So if you ever, she's got just an amazing collection of small prints and everything that goes with Liberty, really lovely. So I did a version of my cushion I did with Melba for her, and you know what, I ended up having to buy, because I fussy cut all these bits, I ended up having to buy nearly twice as much as I thought, and I gained a lot more respect for Liberty Designs. And you can see what I'm doing here. You would think I would get everything I need in this bit, and if I want them to really be quite similar, I'll have to chuff over here. Judy's in the building. Yeah, so anyway, going back, Robert made, I do apologise, Robert made buttermilk pikelets and banana bread and bacon and cheese rolls. All very, very healthy, low carb, not. Hang on, what was that? Denise? Oh, Denise, did you know that Robert is, Robert's a licorice man. I guarantee, since I have seen your comment, he'll be researching that recipe right now. That'll be on. Judy, have you got one as well? We're going to turn this into a Thermomix. Yeah. It takes a while to get used to using it, and I'm quite happy for Rob to do it, because it's a gadget. It's a gadget. Makes it all the difference. It is the equivalent of a Bernina sewing machine to me in the cooking world, because a Bernina is a computer, a highly sophisticated, good-looking computer that just happens to sew and embroider. And Thermomix just happens to be a computer that's a very high-tech, whatever, blender, chopper, whatever it does in my kitchen. Aside from that, Mum yesterday made 3-fruit marmalade, and I got the brag shot. So lockdowns are kind of okay in winter because you've got to stay inside, but if we had more fruit and produce available to us, we'd probably get a lot more done in the cooking department, wouldn't we? Who's making what? Who's making what? Someone's about to say. Yeah, I'm making myself hungry now. Felicity, the templates, these ones, what I've done, I've popped in the pack, I don't remember, I think they're $7.50. I've popped in the pack enough to make 3 big stars and 3 small stars, so there's 30 pieces. They feel, in relation to, oh that was dodgy, in relation to paper ones, they do feel expensive at that price, but the whole thing is you just use them over and over and over again, and you can hit them with an iron. And also they're great because they're clear. You can get away with not having to use a template to to cut out your pieces because you can see through them, unlike paper ones. They're fantastic. I've got another set to show you as well. There might even be 6. I can't remember. You'll be here in a minute. They're 6, but they're under live 7, or they should be. And if they're not, they will be in a minute. Alright, I need to show you what these are going to look like. Oh, so I have to sort of just choose. I didn't go exactly the same. Look how wonky my cutting is. That's alright though. There we go. So they're going to look like that. So when these are sewn up, here's my thought. You've got the option of having your stars sort of just scattered or wherever you like on a whole cloth quilt or on a bag or on a border, however you wish to use them. You can pop them together. But the other thing, if you end up with some of your pieces that are cut that don't have that much interesting stuff going on in the middle, you're going to be able to layer up. That's my mum ringing me during a live show. Does she know we're talking about it? She doesn't even do Facebook. Robbie? There we are. There we go. So they're going to layer up like that over the top. I'll have to cut her off. There you go. Sorry, Mum. I'll come back. So you'd be able to do that. So I think it's going to be really good fun. I think that if you have perhaps a lot of solid colours, you know, if this is what I've done, I'm going to do these with Liberty, which is, you know, flash. But if you had a lot of scraps and things left over from doing kids quilts, or like those kids starter packs we had, or solids or whatever, you could really have a lot of fun layering up all the different colours together. You could do a plain blue at the back, and then you could do a multitude of rainbow colour over the top, or vice versa. You could have a lot of fun. You could use stripes, you know how it goes. The sky's the limit. You could do anything with them. Let's just do one. Can you ring Mum? Oh, ciao. I'll show you how I'm going to do these. I will use my sew line. So these are quite big, so I'd actually suggest popping them. Can I order the Blueberry Fat Quarter? Yes, you can, Doreen, but what you can order them, absolutely. Would you do me a big favour though and go to chandlerscottage.com, so chandlerscottage.com, not AU, and pop live 7, so just that word, no code, no space in there, just pop that into the search window at the top, and it will bring up everything so you can order it online. So what's actually happening, Doreen, is that we're getting really, really busy now, which is lovely, but also just with COVID, we're keeping our staff numbers down, and there's a lot of extra work at the moment moving to the new website. If we take orders over the phone or through Facebook, we have to generate you all invoices, and it takes a lot of time, and we just don't have that available to us this week. So if you could pop on there, if you have trouble, give us a ring on Tuesday at the shop. I'm sure it'll all be fine, but if you can try and do it online, that would be fantastic. I know it's not as personal, but that would just be awesome if you could. Okay, so I've put my glue on the template. You can put it on the template or you can put it on the fabric. So as I turn the corner, this fold here is, when it comes up and over, there isn't anything on that little bit there. So I'm going to pop a little bit on there. You know what would be really handy now is my orange stick that we were using the other day. Jin Jin, is that you? Oh, she's given up on her father. Okay, so we'll fold all that up. Put our nice little points. Yeah, my little orange stick would have been good. But there we have one done. So I'll do that one, and then I'll just do one of these smaller ones as well. Of course, you don't have to use them to do a star. Yeah, see, I think it's easier to pop it on the template. Did you see how much that the edge of that fabric moved then when I put the glue on? Because it's cut on the bias. Okay. So we'll just fold that over. And there's that little one done. Now you're going to have your little tail sticking out. They will get folded over when you're piecing, when you're slip stitching it down onto your block. So don't worry about those too much for now. So when I bring the next one up next to this, I'll push it out of the way and whip stitch, and then it's going to be secured at the back. But I just wanted to give you a look at this. And we'll see how we're going to look. So I could pop that over there like that. Now, having said that, let me say this. I can do my 5-point stars, but what I also want to do with these is get a little bit funky, and I love the idea of layering up there. So as I spin around, I'm going to have an extra piece on the top. When I whip stitch this into the next piece, when it comes up next to it, I'm going to have a go at whip stitching through 2 pieces on this side and 1 on this side. I had a little go the other day and it's fine. It's absolutely fine. So this is going to create a really different pattern. And that's not to say that you can't also have this here in the middle. So you would slip stitch down your star or your diamond onto your block first when you've taken the template plastic out, and then slip stitch this one over the top. So again, you may not waste your liberty to do that. You do that with a different fabric. And then the other thing, I think for a border, doing this. So you're going to have a big diamond and then a little diamond and then a big one. Would just look so gorgeous, particularly if we do them in those really rich peacocky jewel colours. Just look fantastic. So that's one of the things that I'm going to do. And I've committed now on Facebook. Done. But as I said, I've got to get a few nice little things done with these for Steve, so that there's some really nice photos to pop up on the new website. So that's me with those. So that's the claret. Let's just before I do go on, let's just have a look at these, because so that's these colours. So now that we've done that, just have a little bit of a look. So this fabric is a little bit more repetitive than these other 2 that we've used. So this one and this one. So it's funny, isn't it? Because you wouldn't think of that as a feature print, but there's a lot more detail, and it's a much bigger reprint than you thought. For those that you haven't watched before, we do not have fairies in the garden. It is Ginny's decided to sit right outside my studio door and preen herself with her bell on. It's not Christmas, Gin. So she should move on in a minute. If not, I will move her on. So this one does have more repetition, so I can see the same flower there, 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 and there. So I think with these, if I was going to fussy cut, I would just choose one of these big flowers and set it smack in the middle if I wasn't going to cover it up. But if I was going to pop a smaller one over the top, I would sit one of those flowers right there, and then I could guilt-free come in and place my diamond, my smaller diamond, over the top. Now that would make a very nice little combination ensemble. Then the other print that I put in this set, and again it was so hard to choose, is this one. So this is a much bigger print to work with, and you can see they've got big pieces here. So with this one, if I was going to come through and fussy cut, I wouldn't be too precious. Even though these shapes are different, essentially you're getting the same effect with these. Or if you really wanted to, you just probably get a bit more, I suppose. But these ones I would use as an all-over design. Oh, no, I wouldn't. I'm looking at it now and I'm going, oh no, I want that and I want that. Oh yeah. Oh, yes. Yes, yum, good fun. Okay, so that's one little thing. And as I said, these are all going on the new one, but I got Rob just to like literally throw up a quick snapshot off my phone for you today, so that if you wanted to grab some you could. And I've put the papers up and a fat eighth pack of that. Now with this one, so if you've got to think about the fussy cutting versus don't fussy cut at all. And one of the things, as you know, I love to do, and the girls in the Applique Sampler have done it. Oh, Applique Sampler closing off soon. I need to put that in your newsletter. It's a whopping newsletter sitting on Cass's, well, on my laptop, about to get thrown through to Cass. So with these, I grabbed some how do I get that? Can you see that okay down there with the light shining on it? I grabbed some equilateral, it's been a big discussion, equilateral octagons. Now the ones that are going in my new, or the remake of my geisha quilt that we're doing, they are not equilateral. They have 4 long and 4 short sides, so they are going to be just a little bit different and a bit precious, just like the rest of us, right? So evidently, hey Jen, did you know, fun fact, Cass tells me that if they are not equilateral, it is not an octagon anymore. It's a polygon. That's right, a polygon. Do you mind? So yeah, but these are equilateral. Now the great thing about these is that you can just rotary cut up your fabric for these. You don't need to cut the specific shape down. So cut. Oh, I'm going to cut the Liberty again. It's just with a rotary cutter though. I don't know why. It's scarier. Can you see how cool this would be just before I do this again with the diamonds? You go, oh, butterfly. Oh, that's cool. Then you'll have your all over, and then you can come back and really fussy cut. Oh my goodness, you can't see what I'm doing, can you? I'm literally laying a bit of a shine up. See these little blue, see this little pale blue flower? I can actually sit the whole of the diamond right over the top, so you would just get this beautiful mirror image one. So Donna says she loves what I'm doing, but you're getting frustrated with the hexagon lap quilt you're making and have sent it to the naughty corner. That's really funny. Donna, can we talk shop while we're here? Seeing you're here, I saw your message just before. No, don't worry. I will get Steve onto that tomorrow. Stephen has told you, he's just pushed the wrong button. Honestly, Donna, do not panic. You are not getting something twice, and but your applique sampler is also not on the way yet. So because you had maybe so many orders, not saying that really, in the system, he's pushed the wrong, he's just got a little bit button happy with the new mail order system. So don't panic. It's all good. All right. I'm going to chop. Oh, I don't know which one to chop. We're going to have to chop two. We're going to have to chop a bit of each. To show you what I want to do with these, I need to chop a bit of each. So let's line them up here. Fluff ball. Meg says that you're her soul cat. So you're going to come up and say hi. Hey, you coming up? She's eyeing off the dodgy cord. We only have one dodgy cord and she's eyeing off the dodgy cord. Okay, line these up here. Oh, Meg, you're making your lanterns. Oh, I keep forgetting I have to bring in the third one in the deluxe set that we did. And I saw what you did there. I saw that order that you placed this week. I love my lanterns. Jin, have you eaten the ruler? No, you have not. That one's not big enough. We'll have to use the big one. Okay. Puss puss. Hey. What you doing? Alright, so these are 2-inch. So you can come through like with the other ones and fussy cut if you want to do particular parts of the print. You can do all of that, but for me, and this is something I'm doing with the special ones I'm doing for the new applique sample. I'm sorry about my dodgy old ruler. I do have a beautiful new one somewhere against the wall behind the Liberty. Get rid of it. Is I'm just going to randomly cut. I'm not going to worry about it. And where it falls, it falls. Got it, Meg? Right. Where it falls, it falls. So, and this edge is just a little bit frayed because I've been throwing them around the room a bit while getting ready to talk to you. But there's no reason to trim it off. So we're going to have a 2.5 by 2.5. Ollie, are you coming up? You're freaking me out down there that you're going to do something silly. This just feels wrong. It's because I suppose I'm so spoilt and a bit blasé cutting up my own fabric. Yeah? Which I don't hesitate to do. Let's have a look. What have we got? So these are just now all random, all different, doesn't matter. So this, I suppose, these I think, you know, are going to be the absolute scrappy quilt. And this is just the best shape to play with to do that. But I don't know if you've realised what happens yet with these. And if you haven't, this is the fun bit. So with octagons, when you put them all together, you end up with holes. So this is part of one of my new little things. We did our little paper doily club and I'm a year overdue doing a new one. So this is what these are going to be for. So when we pop these on, now I don't cut down into the shape of an octagon. I just don't think it's necessary. Hello Tara, welcome. Joy, did I see you were in the building? I don't know that I did. Anyway, I hope you're all doing okay. I'll admit, I said to Rob, you know, we did 120 days of this last year, and I think I'm starting to struggle a bit. I don't know. I think it's because this time round, I really haven't been anywhere in between lockdowns. We, you know, we had a little one. And then in between, we were just so busy with... Oh, no, I had an op, didn't I? Yeah, see, it didn't go anywhere. I was kind of still housebound. And then we're in another one. So I think what we're going to do tonight... I haven't spoken to the man yet, but he's listening. We might just go for a drive. Just a drive. Circumnavigate our 5Ks. Don't get out of the car. Just go for a drive. Check out the roadworks that are keeping me awake at 2 o'clock in the morning on the Mornington Peninsula Freeway extension. Maybe go through a particular food establishment that does drive-through for ice cream or a coffee. Just get out of the house without any risk, you know, because we've been at home a lot. And you see how this is all coming together? So I haven't cut off. I was really frugal. I stuck to just an extra 1/4 of an inch, but if you wanted to do a little bit more, so instead of 2.5, 2 3/4, you'll just find that a bit easier to get around. But see, you just tuck under that bigger bit that was the square. Whoa, focus, thank you. That bigger bit that was the square, they just come in a little bit further. Well, Lorraine, you've got a cat. That's a bonus. But yeah, it's a little bit different this time, isn't it? And I think there's a lot of sympathy out there. A lot of us have got, a lot of you are in New South Wales, and a lot of us have got family and friends up there, and we know what you're going through. Without getting myself into a political debate, I know what you're going through. Well, we kind of know down here. So yeah, it's all over the place, isn't it? But we're all together, and we can also, hey, can you imagine if we didn't have our craft? Goodness me. We've always got something to pick up or go and pull apart or find in the cupboard and keep our hands busy and our brains busy. All right, so that's one. So have you worked out what goes on now? I'm going to do these quickly while I'm jabbering to you. And seeing, I can see who's watching. Judy Vermeulen. My pointed Dresden, when I've got it ready, we are going to talk because I'm thinking it needs a machine embroidery design in the middle. So I'm going to come to you and talk to you about that. Now, speaking of amazing people and who exhibit at my shows, we've done this, haven't we? You all know. So the September show, if you go to the website now to chandlerscottage.com, in the free download section, there are the forms to exhibit in an Aussie bag challenge at the show in September. Now, I know that's only 6 weeks away, but I also know you've got the time, okay? So, and you might already have one that you've got made. If it's one you've put in one of our challenges before, if it's Aussie themed, just put it back in again. What's up for grabs? I have 3 judges, so it's not viewer's choice this time, just in case we can't have many people through the door. So, Maria Waters, extraordinaire. Eileen Campbell, extraordinaire. Nathan Hammond, just gorgeous. Oh, sorry, and also the state sales manager for Benina. So Eileen is going to choose her favourite bag just based on which one she likes. You know, it doesn't have to be. It just doesn't have to be amazingly made. It doesn't have to be all fancy quirky. It just has to be something that she likes. And if she likes your piece, she's going to give you, well, I sponsor, you know, on behalf of me, a $3,500 Bernette sewing machine with machine embroidery system on it. The Bernette is the sub-brand of Benina. So it is Benina looked after, Benina dealership and everything, but it is just a different machine. It's not a Benina, but it is the next best thing. And that is a $3,500 prize. Second prize, Maria Waters. Okay, she can get a little bit critiquey, but she's promised me she won't. And if she sees a bag that makes her smile or makes her laugh, she's going to award it on behalf of me $1,000 gift voucher. And gorgeous Mr. Nathan Hammond, he gets to give away a Bernette B64 overlocker. And you're going, Lisa, I don't need an overlocker. Oh yeah, you do. And you'll say, I don't like threading one. You don't have to. The lower loopers automatically thread. It's worth $2,500. It's beautiful, and we're going to do some really cool crafty stuff with overlockers, so it's a great prize. So that's what's up for grabs. It's free to enter. You can enter as many times as you like. You've just got to get them to me. Donnie, you've started your bag. Yay. And we're going to have some fun. Now, if you can't come because you're interstate or due to restrictions, we're putting the whole thing on Facebook, on YouTube, online, and everyone's bag will get its 15 no, 5 minutes of fame. That's probably a fair call. So get cracking. Absolutely get cracking, because I am, you know, I'm really, really excited about it, because to think that for Tuesday to Sunday I'm going to get to come in every day and see lots and lots of beautiful work, and notwithstanding Eileen Campbell's floral quilt exhibition that's on, notwithstanding Rachel Daisy's funky quilts in the building, and just show them to you. It's going to be this massive show and tell. It's going to be wonderful. As I mentioned, I'm getting someone to come in and sign it for a day for those that have hearing, that are hearing impaired. So I will let you know which day as well, in case there's anyone you can think of. I'm going to have lots of fun. But yeah, the show will go on no matter what, because we can do that now. We've got the cameras, we've got the gear. Lisa has the ability to do a live show without 50 people showing her how to do it each time. But yeah, it's going to be good fun. Nearly there. This is the 4th one, because this is important to show you. Yep, so have a look, download that form. It is super easy. And I've given you some ideas. It is just really, really easy to exhibit. You just drop off your piece or post it in when it's ready. You know, and if it's ready now, throw it at me now. I've got a brand new post office box for you. But it's going to be a lot of fun. And the nice thing about doing it online, of course, is you can tell anyone, anywhere, to watch. And it will stay up there online. So, I am, you know, so weird, isn't it? Because I used to get so nervous about the ones at the gardens. But because this is literally in my home away from home, I am just really, really excited about it. I'm just laying these out. I know you can just see them. So see what's going to happen? You've got holes. You've got holes in between. There is a block in the applique sampler. Robbie, if you're still listening, can you grab it off the wall next door for me so I can show everyone the applique sampler one? Tar. Now can you tell why I bought the blue? Oh. So, can you imagine just having the most cutest little quilt and little blocks of this, and then you could come back and put little blocks next to it of some of the ones that you've used in. We're talking really cutesy, ditzy, country, Liberty blocks, but this is just fun. If you love embroidering as well, you can come back through and pop your little lazy daisy in here, or your colonial knots in that little peekaboo spot in some matching threads from your fabrics. So you could do it in this, or of course you could do it in these colors. Just lay them over a cream. That's all I would do with the other ones, is lay them over a cream. But that's how it's going to look. Now, also, see, I laid them one way and then you lay them another. Now if you lay them this way, when you put them on, they're going to look more like a flower. So have a little bit of a play around. But for me now, that's a flower. And I would run that up with a whipped running stitch or a piece of bias. It's down the bottom of the quilt tail behind the table. You know, then that becomes a flower and you can really mess around. We just cut these as they are and I think they look great. I'm very relieved they look great because I did it with you. But also if you fussy cut them from this print so that you had this sort of bit happening in here. Thank you. Awesome.
For the X's.
You know, with this print, you could have the flowers radiating out from the middle. Whoa. Okay. So that just now you all know. What does she have at home? Does she have all her stuff at home? It's just this really weird thing where what I love to design is something that I love it and I love working with it all. but I can't have it on my own bed. And I have to have different things at home sometimes, because otherwise this is me bringing my studio home, but you have to think about where you have things. So on the couch, I would never have cushions or a quilt made with my own fabric, and I wouldn't have them on the bed. And the reason is I need to switch off. So you can imagine if I get into bed at night and there's a big Under the Australian Sun quilt on the bed, or Summer Palace or something else, you go, that reminds me, that print there needs recolouring, I've got to do that, and why I need to, and I can't shut down. So it's really important that I have really different stuff in different places. Hey, Meg was making, you're up again, Meg. Meg was making dishcloths or towels, or, you know, we're really going back to that whole cottage craft thing at the moment, aren't we? Cottage crafts and gifts. And do you think, so if I've got some of that seersuckerly, what's it called, waffle stuff that you make really nice guest towels, and, you know, when we stay in hotels, our dressing gowns are made out of. I just think that that belongs along the bottom of a tea towel, or a really nice towel that does. And that's what we do with our scraps, and that just makes something really special. Or we run them around a dilly bag. Yep, we do. Now, just a little something on the side I want to tell you. I'm working on something at the moment as well. We're going to make 2 sets of hexagons. And you're going to go, what? I'm going to use octagons for now. Actually, the octagons look good too. 2 sets, one for the front of the quilt, one for the back of the quilt. We're going to sew this slot together and the back pair, but when we come to sew, oh no, I'm on the wrong spot. Sorry. We're going to put them on here. I'm working on it. I'll have it right for you. This gets sewn on the front of the quilt. The other ones get sewn on the back of the quilt, and then we whip stitch along the top. So this is actually going to be the edge of your quilt. So that's something else we're going to do. Thank you, Meg, for the endorsement. I'm glad you like it. Good. It's just a thing. Okay, so this one, I'll just show you this as well. This is the block that the girls in the applique sampler have done. They're not talking to me at the moment because I forgot to tell them to take the freezer paper out of their paper pieced hearts, and I will be doing the official press release apology announcements very, very soon. I think most people worked it out, but I feel really bad because one we left polyfuse in and the other one we didn't. Anyway, but I just wanted to show you this as well. This is another way that you can use them. So the girls did this one. They're not even. They've been done like a real lattice work. There's left one on its own, and we've popped in some embroidery pursed butterflies that I've blanket stitched on. So that just gives you another idea. Similarly, you could use it as a frame. So these are going to run, you could run them around the outside of a block, as many as you wanted, like a border, and then have a stitchery in the middle. There's just so much you can do, and what I love doing now is, don't get me wrong, I love a good hexie, but now I'm starting to play with other shapes and taking us outside the normal 6-sided stuff. It just opens up so many more opportunities to do different things. So that's that one. Steve has said, so Steve is laboriously really a lot of work for him, setting up the applique sampler database and everything securely in the new system, so for all of our members, and so it just all runs smoothly for you and all our new members. So you can still sign up for our intake through the old website, and we will look after that membership for you. We are probably not going to start the new membership though until a couple of weeks now into August, and that's because we need to get it onto the new system, get everyone set up, and then give people that want to join up and promote it just an extra week or two. So we've got a lot of people that are starting second round, which is really, really lovely, and it's just a little bit of work. So I love it when you get to the point where you've got a 19-year-old in charge of your business. Mine's between my gorgeous husband, my 2 boys, my angel Cassandra, who you all know is my graphic designer in Sydney, not even here, the gorgeous Emma, the gorgeous Lisa King. Fun. It's, yeah, friends and family. Friends and family. Why is this here? Oh, yes. Okay. Now, with the Liberties, we're all working with little small prints. Small prints. And that's great. So, what happens if we go to big ones? I'm just creating the biggest to-do list over here on the ironing board. I don't know if Viv's watching. Hey Cecily. Pam's here too. I don't think Viv's watching from the UK. Viv's my bag furniture agent. There is a thing. It's a thing now. She's my bag furniture agent. She's my product sourcer as well, because she speaks Asian languages. And I don't. A bit. So she's sourcing some special things for me at the moment. And these were, do you remember these? I'll just show you, because the samples are due any day now. Are they not just the most beautiful thing you've seen? I don't think ours are coming in the red box. I think we've got a white and pink box. It's a very pretty box. Look at them. I just decided that everyone should be able to buy themselves a pair of those for Christmas, and they do cut. I'm going to use mine now. I just love being able to, you know, go, hey, go and find me this. Though, having said that, she will be busy today. Do you know it's Festival of Quilts this week in the UK? Festival of Quilts is happening. I am so excited. I'm scared for them. I'm excited. I'm not scared about safety. The safety thing's over the top for Birmingham. Really, really over the top. What they're doing is amazing, like Wimbledon. But I'm just so excited. I'm scared. I hope everyone goes that said they were going to go. Oh, I'm so excited for everyone over there. Yeah, Flick, I know you're going to buy, I know you'll get some. They're getting to go to a quilt show. So I love that too, because then it's indicative for us that we will get there and we'll get one here as well. But Festival of Quilts is happening. Ooh. So if you know any shops in the UK that are going, or if you follow Festival of Quilts on Facebook, make sure you've got alerts, because they'll post a lot of stuff up this week. The UK Guild are amazing. The European guilds that put stuff in are just... We hope for next year. We all hope to be there next year. We'll be there next year. All right. So, if I just wanted to go back to, and what I'm going to do is do, as I said, do some stuff with Liberty, and then go back and do it with my own fabrics, as different as I possibly can. Really, really as different as I can. Slide this out, and then oh, it's a bit crooked. Well, there we go. So, one thing, and I know I've talked about it before, one thing that was a real problem for me with Summer Palace was I had all these plans for this fabric, and then COVID. The work involved in keeping a business going while you haven't constantly got ladies coming through the door, I'll be honest with you, is big. And I know a lot of you are nowhere near us, and it has absolutely no impact on you at all. But for us, it was a big change, because we had a lot of people that used to come through the door, or for a while we couldn't get machines. So a lot of my time that was going to be spent on this fabric doing different projects was gobbled up, and I have promised Natasha that I will fix that very, very quickly, because she loves this fabric, and they've done a couple of projects in the UK with this on natashamakes.com, and to go on the Craft Store, which is the shopping channel in the UK. But I've got to get my skates on and get stuff done for her. Now, let's go back and have a look with this now. Now, I have been cheeky today, I will confess, and I have put this fabric way down on special for you here, because what I'm going to suggest you do with it is going to take a lot of fabric. well, take more fabric than the Liberty, that's for sure. Hang on, I just need to give this a quick iron, that big crease across the middle, because I grabbed a new bolt. I grabbed a new bolt because I couldn't find the old one when I went to the warehouse, and I just think someone bought it last week to do something cool with it. Oh, they were going to do a big stack and whack. Big stack and whack. Marilyn Foster, it's World Embroidery Day on Friday. I thought it had already been, Marilyn. I thought we'd already had. You know what today is, though? We didn't really think it through, did we? It is the 25th of July, which technically means we should really be classing today as officially Christmas in July. Didn't do it. Didn't happen. Yeah, it's a lovely time to work with threads and fabrics, isn't it? It's just... I know I keep doing that little thing at the end of each time we do a Facebook during the week, but about make the most of the time, don't lose it, don't waste it. It's probably more about me lecturing myself in front of you more than anything. Jin, take your belt somewhere else. Did you need to come up for a minute? Okay, so these... Oh my goodness, I can't get in. There we go. It's down here. Where's a non-committal pair of scissors? So these have been packed really, really well. So well, in fact, by the girls at Sewline. But I can't get in. I know that we loaded these on the new website, but I don't know that they were on the old one. I'm not sure. Anyway, I got Rob to load them up today. So these are super duper chalk pencils, but they're multicolored. So you've got blue, white and pink all in the one. So I'm going to work with the white first. So, or maybe the black. So what I wanted to do is come back through this fabric and fussy cut from here. Now, based on what I said before, we can come through and cut perhaps from this wicker section here and then lay the red over the top. Or because I've put so much ground in on these, so they work really well for a stack and whack, we can actually run them, the big ones in the red and then the smaller ones from here. So let's just have a look. I'm just going to draw over the top now and have a look. Now these, so I can run my diamond from there, or I can run my diamonds from in here, or I can do plain red ones and then come back and pull off a dragonfly. How cool are these pens? I think I'll put them under Live 7 for me today. So I can just that little dragonfly there. Ooh, oh, there's just too much now I've got to choose from. Hang on, let me think, let me think. No, let's do that. Yeah. How good's this? These pens are good. And I'm going to go back now. What's the other colour? Blue. Black. It wasn't blue, Lisa. It was black. Oh, I'm in love. Margaret from Margaret's Fabrics introduced me to these. How good's this? If you're working on a multicoloured fabric, you just click the pen round to this colour that's going to work for you. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so that would be my small diamond and this would be my large. So I suppose what I'm just trying to point out to you is that you've got two extremes that you can do with your fussy cutting with these type of shapes. So you can work with a really small pattern, or you can go big, and when you get to a big one, you can get everything, absolutely everything out of the same fabric. You don't have to switch fabrics. So these have got, now what did I do? The repeat on these is 60 centimetres. I put them down to $16 a metre. So if you wanted to have a play with this, you get one, you'd think I'd remember, wouldn't you? 1, 2, 3. If you grabbed 1.5 meters, it's going to literally be $24 or even a bit more, even 2 meters, then you're going to have heaps and heaps to play with, and you can really play with the 5-point concept. So I've got the red. What does it say? Lisa, there's no... Ah, thanks, Barb. Robbie. Thanks, Barb. I bet you any money he's working on that straight away. So we've got the red, and then we've got the purple. So with the purple, maybe, if you did the purple stars, big ones with the small over the top, and then we just lay them over a really nice caramel background. Some of the girls, again, in the applique sampler have got a really beautiful caramelly Northcote shimmer. If you wanted to do that, just email me or buzz me. Thanks, Robbie. Yeah, thanks, Barb. That's been fixed up. Appreciate that heads up. Then we've got blue. So again, it's just a, hey, does this go with... So this one's got silver. That's silver through it. So you could actually lay that one over a grey. You know what I'm doing, don't you? Huh. Isn't that just hilarious? That is just hilarious. They would all work. Okay, so that's the dark blue, and then there is a black. So when you get to the black, it's going to get really, really dramatic. So these are all 16 a meter. It's going to get super dramatic. So again, you could run black stars and then these over the top. Or you could just, I don't know, you could mess around actually, and you could actually do this as your big diamond. Use this for your big diamond. Run the smalls in the black so that they're sitting in right down near the middle, and then run a Suffolk puff. I can't help myself. A Suffolk puff right down in the middle. This might also be the one that's really good to overlay. So you do these as your big ones and get a bit of black, just a little bit of the black, but maybe with a little bit of a, a tip from a dragonfly or something for the small ones, and sit them on the side so that they pinwheel. They go round. Now, it's funny how some become favourites that you don't expect. This one, I'll just move this one out of the way. This is the other blue one. This colourway in Summer Palace was never going to happen. And sometimes it'll just logistically, oh great, Ginny's found a toy under the couch. This was actually not my idea. This was one of the beautiful stylists that I work with at my fabric agent came up with this concept. I was worried I wanted a different colour, and he suggested, why don't we go grey? And I was like, oh, and he goes, you did grey with Melba, it worked. And I actually really resonate with this colourway myself. So I want to show you something that I've done with this. I touched on in a Craft and Cook show on the YouTube channel, but I want to show you this again. But this one, again, is so subtle that it would sit really well over a dark blue. So I'll just pull up, for argument's sake, this one again, so you could have, all of your stars cut from this. Now, back to the text, back to the octagons. The octagons are going to work with these fabrics as well, because when you cut all of your 2.5 inch or 2 3/4 inch squares, some are going to end up plain, some are going to end up here, and then you can come through and arrange them to suit. So you might decide to have do a set of 9 in a block, and you'll have a dark one in the middle and then surround it with pattern ones, or you can fussy cut, but I would cut it where it lies and then do up little blocks of them all, keeping the blues together maybe in one spot and alternating with these on a pale blue or a grey background. Lots and lots of playtime. So I'm going to pop, I want to just show you something with the purple one. Before, if we're all doing a Sunday roast, don't forget to check the time because it should be in the oven by now, unless you want dinner at 9 o'clock. Just saying. We are not, so we're okay. But if you're doing a big lamb roast, you're in trouble. You need to go put it on. Okay. Ginny, that's Steve's couch. Let's not do that. There's no mice in this house, contrary to your belief. Okay. Right, taking us just back a whole step. Back a whole step. Are you coming up or not? Because you freak me out when you do the jump thing. Oh. All right. So, just go back a step for me. Just go back a step. Back to our Dresden. It's going to go there. What I want to do is go back and use the Dresden concept, not to do a whole Dresden, but to actually break it down and just do it as a fan. And I might ask Rob just to go and grab me off the towel rail in the office in my studio for me, the one that I haven't quilted. I did this a while ago in black and I haven't finished it. I did lose a little bit of interest in finish it, I'll be honest, because I've run out of the black fabric, so it's not like it. I can show and tell it to you, but I can't kit it up. So you can see that's going to sit over there really nicely. That's going to sit over there. There are 6 different ones, so I could actually make sure I've got enough to get 6 repeats of the fans. So you probably want 2.5 meters max, like 2 meters actually, 2 plenty, so that you've got 5 of each fan, and then you could have fussy cut kaleidoscope fans made with pointed Dresdens. And then all this area in between here, you're going to be able to use that for the base of your fans. I know what you're saying. You're going, Lisa, I can't get it. I don't understand. I will do it for you and show you one. But this is going to be a lot of fun. And then I want to come through and do circular cutouts and pre-shaping of circles with the dragonflies on. So this is just a whole heap of stuff that I wanted to get done, and it hasn't happened. So I really, really want to do it now. And then there's one more little concept, and Rob's just grabbing me the other one I had. Oh, you're a legend. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. Can you pass me those frames up against the door too, please? Thank you. Really don't want the girls to see what a botched job I did on the back. Thanks. So can you see those? So that's actually that same Dresden point, but I've used all different ones here. So you can do it. You can do scrappy. So you can imagine the whole Dresden ring has 20. So I've just taken 5 and made a fan. I could actually go to 6. I'll have a little bit of a play, 6 or 7, but I will cut them all from the same part of that fan print to pop in here. And then it might be quite nice, I think, to have this probably as one side, it's all pinned ready to quilt, as one side of the quilt, and then just run a long piece of the fans down the other side. Anyway, I'll have a play, but that's what I want to use that for. Now, just finally, one other thing I wanted to show you. We did this touched on it in a Craft and Cook that we did about pre-shaping with sandpaper. And I'm not sure, you can't see. This, I suppose, is also for girls in the applique sampler that have been doing pre-cutting. That there is my flash new light on the ceiling, so I'll just hold that there because they're in glass. See that? That's that. So if you go and have a look at the Lisa Chandler YouTube channel, I don't remember which one it is, but there's one that's called Curves. There are Curves, and it talks about how to use sandpaper to make your templates and pre-shape. So that's where you go for that. If you applique Sampler Cub, you're already there and you're doing it with Suffolk puffs and circles and stuff anyway. But the whole idea is that you pre-shape like your paper piecing, but around another template with a gathering stitch, and then you've got your beautiful shape all ready to go. So I cut this out, and I had a piece of sandpaper template the same size. And then what I actually did was also, once I'd shaped it, I pulled the sandpaper out and I put some thin adhesive Pellin in, and that just puffed it out. I don't know if I can, let me just see if I can get this out. I mounted this blue one onto some really nice steel linen that we've got. If you want some, just email me, because it is gorgeous. Let me get this out. So these live in our bathroom. There you go. So it's a little bit wrinkly now I've got it out, but that is that. So you can have a lot of fun pre-shaping. I did that one, and I did what? Oh, that was nearly a disaster. These, sorry, these frames, I'm pretty sure I bought them very inexpensively online. I put in boxed white frames and they popped up and they arrived 3 days later, I'm quite sure. So that's the circle one. So that's that circle there. That's the circle one. So I just wanted to show you that as a different idea. So I suppose the formula in my head coming through is that we could actually have some of these in blocks, and then we could alternate them with fussy cut and paste pointed Dresden blocks. Also on that YouTube there is how to make your cherry blossoms, if you haven't done that in the club or in one of my other patterns somewhere. These are really nice big chunky ones, so it's a good size to work with. Now these, I'll just pop this one over here. If I pop that there for you as well, you can just get a better look. I'm not a great embroiderer, I am not, so I kept it really nice and easy. That is a running stitch with a whip stitch in pearl that I have done, and then this is, yeah, then that's just back stitch. No, it's not. I did not. I did. Hey, you know how we were talking about triple stitch on Thursday for the flowering gum? That's triple stitch on the machine. How naughty is that? I must have put stabilizer underneath. I'll have to go back and watch the video now on YouTube. I don't remember. Anyway, so that's whip stitched, and then the same around the outside. But you can see it's padded. So you can do anything that's got your outside curve on it. So that one works, and this one works. And if you want to applique out this one, you can do the top curve with the same technique, and then you're just going to iron down the straight sides, just straight down. This one, these three, maybe I'll put you back on the overhead. These three, needle turn, embroidery purse, blanket stitch, but, remember we did the polyfuse the other day. Polyfuse will still be sitting under live 6. So go back and have a look at last week's show on YouTube or Facebook if you're going, what are you talking about, Lisa? Pre-shape these on your polyfuse for sure, if you don't want to needle turn them. If you needle turn, this is going to be super easy because the line's there for you. You're just going to cut it out and turn it. But you could bag it out as well, so with your violin at the back like we've done in the club, so that's another option for you too. So lots of things to play with. Lots of things to play with. But anyway, so I've popped those on special just in case you want to have a little bit of a play of extreme differences between using a little cute, elegant print like a Liberty print or big, bold stuff with the same technique. So I'm going to leave you now. I've got so much work to do. Yeah, so just so much work to do. But look, I will see you again on Tuesday afternoon at 2 o'clock This coming Tuesday, oh yes, I knew there was something I had to tell you. This coming Tuesday, 3 things to tell you. This coming Tuesday will be a normal one that we do in the studio one, and I've got catch-up stuff from last week for you and a new project. Great. The following Tuesday will be the first Tuesday in August, and the first Tuesday of every month, and I will recap this in the newsletter, will be the first High Tea Tuesday with Emma Bowman. So we're going to do our first one together. Vel asked me the other day to let her know when it would be, and Vel, it will be Tuesday week. And the reason Vel asked is the first one we're doing is Emma and I are going to do a project together, but we're also going to go through rotary cutting because I'm left-handed and she's right-handed. And she is the rotary cutter police. Not kidding. Absolutely. So we're going to do that together. That's Tuesday week. Now, if you have a think about it and you know that we kind of make out that we've got a big team and we don't, usually while I'm here at home doing live shows, Emma's at work, answering the phone, doing stuff there. From the start of August, we are changing our open hours. Again, the mega newsletter, and you will have it in time. But our open hours are going to change. If you usually come and see us on a Tuesday, you're going to go, oh, that's not fair, but I'm going to be honest with you. You are in the minority. Who am I going to say? Sharon Keys, maybe Michelle popping in for a pickup, maybe Terry. Tuesdays, we don't have a lot of people come through. And I'm very conscious, though, we have a lot of people that would like to come through on a Saturday and possibly even by appointment on a Sunday. And I really want Em to get involved in our live shows, and we can't do both at once. So from the start of August and or when we come out of lockdown and you can visit again, our open hours are going to change. It's going to be Wednesday to Saturday. So Emma will still be in the mornings, you know, and we'll be doing all the mail orders and everything. And then she'll be here with me some afternoons, and otherwise she'll be in the studio still. But we're changing those hours to give us a little bit of flexibility, but also hone in on when we know people want to come and visit or ring us to get some help. So we're going to be open Wednesdays. I won't be in much on a Wednesday. Lisa King will be there, but we are open on a Wednesday. We're also open on Thursday, and I'll be doing live shows in the afternoon, and I will be doing Benina Club in the morning. So please make sure you check the email if you've been waiting on the Never for that. Fridays will be normal day with me in. I'll be in there on Fridays, and there'll be some special workshops coming up on Fridays. And then Saturdays we are going to be open 9 to 1, and it's going to be Benina's going to be studio day. So Thursday's going to be club, where you come and there's a specific project that we work on for Benina's, and then on a Saturday it's open. So it's a little bit like a work in progress day or an open studio where you've got a Benina but you come and what you want to work with we will do. For those that don't have a Benina, that's fine. That's what Friday workshops will be all about, or possibly a Sunday. So I'm going to put all of that in a newsletter for you. It doesn't change what you and I do on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and that's what the most important thing is. And the cat with the bell toy. So that's not going to change. So for, you know, I don't know, 90% of you, nothing changes. But for those that are local to us, that's what's going to change a little bit. So that's happening. We're waiting to see what's happening as well with opening up again next week if we can. It's getting to the point of a little bit like a too hard basket for our quilting workshop. So again, we're going to look at that this week and come up with a really good solution for everyone if we can. So that is the sign off, really serious stuff for the afternoon. But look, I look forward to seeing you all on Tuesday afternoon. I'll put up a little sneak peek tomorrow of what we're going to be doing. And you look after yourselves. Have a lovely evening. Stay warm. And I hope you got everything done today that you wanted to. And if you didn't, write that list and make sure you get it all done tomorrow, because we've got lots of sewing to do on Tuesday. Okay? So thank you very much. And I shall see you soon. Bye. Oh, it might take me a minute to shut the computer down because it's going to take me a minute. All right? You take care, and I'll see you later. Bye. Hey, Jin Jin. Oh. Jin Jin, come out from under the couch. There is no mouse. Puss Puss. I told you there's no mouse.